next item is the lacrimal apparatus. Okay, so lacrimal apparatus is the starting from the lacrimal gland, then the drainage, secretion is from gland, and then it drains. Clear? Drains via the lacus lacrimalis, punctum, canal, sac, and the nasolacrimal duct. So I will show in the picture, and then I will explain. You can read from here. So here is the lacrimal gland. Already we discussed when we started with the orbit that it is in the superlateral corner of the orbit. So here. So this is the lacrimal gland. It's just deep to the upper eyelid, part of the one which is in the eyelid also. So this is what is the lacrimal. It's a J-shaped gland. J-shaped gland. And its secretion is watery. Okay, so it has orbital part and palpebral part, and its ducts opens into the conjunctival sac here inside. Okay, so this is the blue color of the ducts which is shown to explain to you that it opens into the superior fornix of the conjunctival sac. Superior fornix we already explained, so you know. So it opens there. So secretion drops from there. Around 15 to 20 small ducts are there. So they drop secretion from lacrimal gland. The fibers for the secretomotor fibers, which controls the secretion of the lacrimal gland, comes from the facial nerve. So when the facial nerve is damaged during its course into the ear, clear, then the nerve supplying this one will be damaged because it exits from their point. So the patient will have drying of the eye. So the facial palsy is one of the complications, drying of the eye, because of the nerve supply to the lacrimal gland is also lost. So this is what is about the nerve supply of the lacrimal gland. Okay, and complication of facial palsy. From here, the lacrimal ducts ultimately open the fornix, and the fluid will pass from this palpebral conjunctival sac. Then it goes medially. Here, this point is the lacrimal sac, lacrimal lake, lacus lacrimalis, which I already explained. The fluid collects there. When with the blinking of the eye, the fluid spreads on the eye. Then every blinking will bring fluid here. New fluid come up, the old fluid will go into the lake. In the lake, this fluid collects, and when you blink the eye, the punctum, this is the lacrimal punctum. These are the two lacrimal puncta for upper and lower eyelid. This lacrimal punctum will dip into the lacus. Okay, once it dips into it, there is one of the muscle which is here, orbital, the orbicularis oculi, the one which I explained. Small part of it is lacrimal part of this muscle, which I did not mention at that point because I don't want to confuse every point there. Here, now this small muscle which goes to the lacrimal sac, when the muscle contracts, the sac will dilate. Once the sac will dilate, negative pressure will build in the sac, and the punctum will dip into the lacus. And because of the negative pressure, the fluid will be sucked into the sac, and this will pass through this canal. This is the lacrimal canal. Because it's small, we call it canaliculi. Lacrimal canaliculi. So lacrimal punctum leads to the lacrimal canaliculi. Lacrimal canaliculi open into the lacrimal sac. Okay, and because of the action of lacrimal part of orbicularis oculi, lacrimal sac will dilate. Negative pressure will suck the fluid from the lacus through the puncta and canal to the lacrimal sac. So this is how the drainage of the lacrimal fluid will take place. Once it is there, then the gravity is there. Then we don't need any mechanism. Once the fluid reaches into the lacrimal sac, it dribbles down. It goes to the duct which is here. It is deep to this area, clear, in the bone. So this is what is nasolacrimal duct, because it opens into the nasal cavity. So in the inferior meatus of the nose, lateral wall of the nose is divided into three areas: superior meatus, middle meatus, inferior meatus. Above the superior meatus, there is also small recess, but there is a shelf in the lateral wall, like this. This is the shelf. This is one shelf from the lateral wall of the nasal cavity. Okay, it is there in one of the presentation of the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity model is there. Okay, in the OSPE, we ask what are these concha, we ask identify this inferior nasal concha. So you will find shelf-like projection in the lateral wall of nose. Below this nasal concha, inferior nasal concha, there is a gap. This is known as inferior nasal meatus. Inferior meatus. In the inferior meatus, nasolacrimal duct opens the point which is I have kept here laser point. This one. This is the area inside. Okay. So that is the inferior meatus in below the inferior concha. There is a middle concha, there is middle meatus. Into it, another sinus is open. There is superior concha, superior meatus, there is another structure opening into it. Each meatus has some openings, and which you should memorize later on with the nasal cavity. Not today, but I am explaining you that nasolacrimal duct opens into the nasal cavity. Which part? Inferior meatus. Where is it? Below the concha. Which is the concha? Inferior concha. So this is what is about the opening of nasolacrimal duct. So that ends our lacrimal apparatus, starting from lacrimal gland, its function, its control, then the fluid, blinking of the eye, drainage of the fluid into the lacus, from punctum to the canal to the lacrimal sac, then the duct and nasal cavity. When you are emotionally so much of like an outburst, okay, emotional, then the secretion of the lacrimal fluid increases, and the blinking of eye cannot match with the drainage, and the secretion is not matched. So the fluid will overflow. The overflowing fluid is known as tears. Overflowing lacrimal fluid is known as tears. Excessive lacrimal fluid is known as tears. And because the fluid is going more and more into nasal cavity, every time when you are crying, actually you are also trying to cover up the balance of the fluid which is in the nasal cavity. So the lacrimal fluid does the two jobs. One, it moistens the eye, and second, it moistens the nasal cavity also. Because every time the drops goes to the nasal cavity, but because it's regular and it's just making the mucosa of the nose wet, so our air when entering into the nasal cavity become moisturized. Dry doesn't enter into the respiratory passage. So this lacrimal fluid has a dual job, one for the eye and one for the nose. And when it is excessive, the secretion will go excessively into the fluid and try to swallow it on the back. Okay. So this is what is about the lacrimal apparatus. So I already explained whatever is mentioned here, and then drains here. Clear? So it is J shape. Clear? It's like this. Like this. This is the bigger part, this is a smaller part. And from here, the ducts are opening here like this. And then the fluid goes like this. And then here. Clear? So this is how ultimately the drainage of the lacrimal fluid will take place. So just applied is for reference. As I mentioned, because this will be discussed by the clinician, because there is a blockage of the nasolacrimal duct, or there is an infection of the lacrimal sac. Infection of lacrimal sac is known as dacryocystitis. Dacryocystitis. It's an infection of lacrimal sac. Because that will block the drainage of the fluid will overflow. Continuous watering from the eye, which is known as epiphora. So epiphora, I think one of the MCQ. Epiphora is watering of the eye due to obstruction of the punctum or infection of the sac or the blockage of the opening nasolacrimal duct. Anywhere the blockage is there, there is a watering. And infection of the gland is known as dacryocystitis. Dacryocystitis is infection. As you can see, redness here. There is a lot of watering here. And drying of the eye because of the damage to the no supply of the lacrimal gland in facial injury causes ulcer, corneal ulcers. As you can see, this is a white spots and it leads to blindness. You cannot cover this one by treatment. Ultimately, you have to remove this cornea, and cornea transplant is nowadays available from the cadaveric transplant. You can replace this cornea. Okay, so this is what is about the corneal ulcerations. So this is applied and it is for your reference. So this finishes our lacrimal apparatus.